Hello, and a very warm welcome to this meditation, which forms part of the Heart Inquiry Group Collective and a space that's been opened for parents in our One Heart parenting community, but also to everybody, each one of you watching from wherever you are. And as usual, I come into these sessions quite empty, quite unprepared, no planning. So for this meditation, the topic and the theme was inspired by 15 minutes before the session begins by my middle son, Yanis. So I was preparing him for settling to bed. And he wanted to grasp these diamonds I'm wearing here. So it just emerged as an urge from within myself to point to him the diamond that he has, one hidden under his chest, and that being his heart. So this meditation is about the diamond heart this evening, and grab what you need to grab, lie down, make yourself comfortable, and we're going to anchor together, and may it be of service, may it support you, may it anoint you in places that you feel you need, in places of bruise, of heartache, and provide some stillness for you. So first, we are going to arrive together in this space. We are going to find our bodies. We can't access our heart without bringing deep presence in our bodies. So you can choose to have your eyes softly gaze in a particular aspect, object in your room. You might wish to have them closed for a deeper experience. And firstly, arrive at your feet. Find your feet. Find your sit bones. Allowing the gravity of your body to sink deeper in this moment. Allow the voice and the sound of my voice to become a permission slip for you to deepen in the temple of your body for this moment. Each breath may it become a gravitas pulling you downwards into a thick and calm still. And in this place, you're welcome to observe your breath. Just simply noticing how it is in this moment. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is there a contraction around your chest that makes it harder for you to receive your breath as it's intended and gifted to you? And if that is so, perhaps give yourself permission to open your chest more fully and receive your breath. There's nothing to do here. There's no destination to arrive, no place to get to. We're not going to acquire anything or achieve anything. Quite the contrary, actually, just simply symbolically stripping naked to the moment, walking into this moment naked. And I don't mean that, symbolically. And sometimes people find it useful to either mentally mark a kind of an affirmation, or even out loud if you're an audio learning that enjoys learning and absorbing information from the hearing sense. With every breath, I sink deeper and deeper into my body. With every breath, I get a sense of the drumbeat of my own heart. Just simply notice how clearly you can feel or even hear your heartbeat, or how faint that sensation is. You might not get anything at all, and that is so okay. Just simply knowing that there is a heart that's beating, a diamond heart that's beating behind your chest. And as you're dropping in that place of surrender to your heart's queendom, I want you to imagine a diamond, the most beautiful, radiant diamond, full of light, full of glow, just in the center of your chest. Your diamond, this diamond, is almost cradled, if we could say, within the womb of your chest. It is nestled. And this is who you are, truly, and in essence. Take a moment to see if you can allow yourself to swim in the warmth of this light. Or if you can feel a very subtle level, or you can see the radiance of your heart. The heart space is such a beautiful place of inquiry. It has been my main practice to date, and more so the last couple of years, because we can bring our intention to rest in the heart space. And you can weave your intention with your breath. Just simply inhale in the intention of that light to fill your cup on the inside. Just giving yourself full permission to receive your own heart. And just simply notice the movement of the heart. Does it feel the light of your heart that it wants to, or it longs to expand and infiltrate the whole world? Are there any blockages or any heartache or any grief that makes it so painful and scary to keep the heart open? It's extremely painful at times. Just simply notice. Just simply shift your attention. This heart place of yours, yes, there is a physical organ, but in many ways it's a kind of empty place, and yet it's full. Now, no matter how much heartache you experience in life, she is here. I say she, you can call it your heart a he. She is here putting away, a loyal ally, a loyal friend, an unconditional ally. I want you to take that next inquiry from a deeper place of inquiry and just simply contemplate who is the owner. Where does your heart belong to? And don't rush for the answer in the mind. Is my heart different to your heart? And notice what's emerging as an answer in your own heart space. Does your heart get preoccupied with what you're going to wear? With what decision you're going to make? For hair to beat and sustain you to life? Does it require any intervention from you in life? Simply let that question marinate in the solar heart place. Our heart can be so expansive that it can tune in and feel the energetic field or the pain and the heartache of another beyond time. And a friend just spoke a message when I was really in this place, really, she kept coming in. So this is signaling us that we're not separate from that deep heart place. This light in your heart is the same light that radiates in the hearts of so many people around the globe. That there is a light in the chest, behind the chest of our fellow people. And somehow we have forgotten that light. So what we're doing here is not that it needs an invocation, but we're kind of invoking that light. And we're anchoring our awareness that it's not a personal heart. We can call it the universal heart, or contemplative traditions might have called it the solar heart. But for the purposes of this meditation tonight, and to honor my little boy's heart, I'll call it the diamond heart. It's boundless. It's the essence from which you even are born. But on some level, it's an unborn heart. And it is so boundless and so deeply unconditional. The light of this heart has chosen you to incarnate in. It is so expansive and so holds the whole cosmos and the galaxy. And yet is choosing our form, our flesh, to home and express itself as. The one heart. In the thousands and myriads expressions of it. You might hear these words and there might be some thinking activity, and that's okay. That's welcome. Can that mind rest in your heart space? It's like shifting the attention of awareness back into the heart place. And we'll talk a little bit later about ways to access this. in our ordinary life. But for now, just simply rest. There is an infinite dance that's unfolding within you in any given moment. The dance between your breath and your heart is a beautiful giving and receiving that happens within your own body. And as humans, we've forgotten how to give because we have forgotten how to receive. And the more we pause to receive what's inherently here gifted for us, we can give more. So this is almost becomes an ethical duty and responsibility from life, to life, for life. So maybe drop an inquiry at some point into your diamond heart. Feel the potency of this gift. And if for a moment the invitation here is not to take it for granted, but to truly honor it, feeling into the vastness and the depth of wisdom held here. What wisdom does your diamond heart hold for you today? There may be simply to feel into the stillness, its unwavering steadiness amidst turmoil and change, and the heart is here, beating. It's a beautiful portal to that vast, unborn heart, because we're not separate. So it may be that, it may be a longing to find a space to allow it to weep, to allow it to howl at the grief of separation. Which is a place I've been lately again. So we tend to forget. It may be to find words for a loved one and bring those words first in. And then you can decide if that needs to be voiced out loud. But we first open up here internally, and we welcome those intentions into our heart space very clearly and very purposefully. So that listening is it's a kind of an empty listening. It's a listening without an expectation to get a specific answer or your favorite answer. I want to say it's a kind of listening that requires an element of death. And by that I mean a death to how we've imagined the moment or the answer to be. It may be an answer that we're very attached and we really are desperate to hear, but that is not the listening that's invited here. It's an empty listening. It's a willingness to baptize yourself in the wisdom of this heart gifted to you, and let everything else by the side, with a radical, fierce trust that she knows better than what your mind does. Simply allowing yourself to fall into her wisdom for a few minutes with an openness. See what emerges. Maybe images you get, it may be shapes, maybe archetypal faces, it might be cartoon characters, maybe sounds, maybe lines, maybe words. It's infinite possibility. So what is my heart, my deep diamond heart, longing for me to hear? And let me just clear the way, pave the way, so I can hear. Rooted in trust. Take as much as you need at this point, even if that means pausing the meditation, for you to stay here. Just really stay here. Your heart holds the answers. So, before we slowly start returning back, take a few moments firstly to thank yourself for showing up take a moment to thank you for showing up in this short heart diamond meditation, integrating elements of from non-duality. Don't want to confuse with terminology. And maybe with your hand on your heart, create a kind of a bodily anchor and a gesture by touching your heart space, bowing, or with namaste hands, just bowing down to your heart space. Thanking her for her unconditionality. And taking a deep breath, I would like to share a couple of things that we can do in daily life to, I guess, to access that place in ourselves, that heart place in us. Or what I love to call the liminality in us. And to do that, we are invited, and this is an invitation that is unfolding, to really see life as sacred, right? And not only life, but all moments are just sacred. And there's different paths to, I'm going to use a slang word here, what people call the awakening. And we can awaken on different parts too. We can awaken the mind and can have lovely glimpses of infinite awareness, eternal, whatever you want to call it. And for many people, this is a path, and that's okay. But what my path has shown me, and my background in psychotherapy, I guess, grace makes no mistakes, right? Has been through the heart, has been through navigating the shadows, has been through flashing the light down to my fingernails. And that is ongoing journey, and it's unfolding. And the deeper we abide in this place, everything reveals itself in its sacredness. But I just want to make the link between our breath and our heart, and how if we intentionally bring this awareness in anything we're doing. For a while, I'm a neurodivergent or DHD, so meditation has been a real struggle for me. And thank goodness I've got strong intuition, because I was very quickly led to integrate. I didn't have the time, first of all, to sit and meditate. I've got 3 kids, I'm very busy. And life became meditation. This is only notions that came to me later through listening to people. Oh, that's what I've been doing. So the cup of tea, the having a bath, little moments. I'm talking about beginning with seconds of awareness, or bringing intentional awareness. And just like the breath or the heartbeat, the liminality is within us. It's so within us. As within, so without. There is a gap, right? There's a gap, there's a space on the peak of the inhale. That's eternity right there. And then we exhale back into flesh. Or the space in between our heartbeats, which isn't just one, there's multiple happening. I think I'm not a scientist, so You're welcome to comment if you're listening and you are a heart surgeon or you have awareness about that. But that gap is so sacred. And one of the things I've been working on lately is, or my body is clearly, we can call that autism unmasking. Yeah. But what my body is really showing me is how it wants to savor the transitions from the one task to another, which is extremely challenging when I have 3 kids and it's multiple tasks required often. A lot of the time there's a lot of deep contraction and expansion that's occurring. But we can bring this awareness to little things and little moments, like we're washing our hands, we can feel the coolness of the water. And even in those moments, this is how I've lived life for the last 5 years. After this deep, profound awakening back in 2019 and a very deep dark night of the soul from which I emerged after a year and a half, shifted. And this is all organic intuition in me. I wasn't following any specific path or teachers necessarily. All of that's fallen away. But I would put the laundry, I would wash the hands, and I would ask. And looking back, I guess I was asking the soul or heart, what now? What's the message here? Or simply shifting attention to the senses, which can feel really useful if you are quite transcendental and lost into the void. This is how I'm bringing myself back when I have my deep dips into that place and I can feel a bit floaty. It's very important to come back here. Because life can become the meditation from that perspective. So this is how we shift perception and how we discover the extraordinary within the very ordinary of things. And I have so many moments of mystical beauty revealing, which is gifting me poetry in my journey. You will be gifted different things. I love to call these the liminal places. And that's the spaces in between, right? That's the in between the heartbeat, the in between the inhale and the exhale. There's a vast field there. And it's when we really anchor in that place, we become everything. We become the universe, we become the sun that rises and then sets. We become the wind, the movement of the trees. You could offer that gift of liminality when you are waiting in a traffic light, when you are walking your kids to school. I very often feel exhausted coming through kids and I'm not sleeping very well at the moment. And it's extremely hard, and this has been my savior. These liminal moments, finding the sacredness. Grace has forced me in many ways to do that in motherhood. And I'm going to put the link below if you want to join our community. And some other links about other things that I offer. The places in between. Another way that you can do that is by bringing conscious attention to the heart. And you can do that either being on your own or simply walking and you're being on the bus and imagining that radiant light sent out to people around you. That place of the solar heart or the deep heart or the diamond heart doesn't know separation. And yet, this is part of our human condition that we separate. And we separate visibly or tacitly, sometimes through our thinking. But we have a shared essence. So from that place, there's the unfolding of the one consciousness through us that is longing for us to express that one heart and bring that, we can call it non-dual awareness of the moment. I prefer to talk about it as a heart because it's more wholesome for me. So you might have a moment of trigger or a moment of judgment. Just simply let that judgment marinate in your heart space. And inquire into that too, because this is how we don't bypass the shadow. I know from direct experience that, and also if I'm lacking sleep, my ADHD brain just goes crazy, but quite often is my brain really screaming for my attention to create that space for that anchoring. And offering this group out is offering it back to me. Me as in you, there's no separation between us. And these are my ways to nourish, one of the ways that I nourish this heart. Which is a paradox, right? Because it doesn't nourishment. And yet, as we said, the human in us is here to rest in this embrace. So, okay, if you have any questions, any comments, any insights, I would love to hear how this meditation's gone for you. If nothing came up, nobody's absolutely okay and fine, and there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. And yeah, I'll keep offering these as part of my free service for now. Maybe in the future there'll be a small fee as membership. And I'm going to put the links underneath the video. You would be more than welcome to the sessions so that we can rest. And there is a palpable vibrational field when we gather in unity and with people who are anchored in this solar heart. And I'm just reminded of Heart Math Institute. I'm going to put that link below as well. They're doing research and they found that the electromagnetic field that we send through the heart center, I think I remember that right, is 40 times stronger than the electromagnetic field that we emanate through our brain. So we can think this to death as much as we want. We can intellectualize it to its core. There's a way that words get in the way of this conversation. Words can get deeply in the way of this conversation. And paradoxically, it's the only thing that wants to keep giving. So thank you very much for your heart, your beautiful hearts. Keep shining the light in the shadow corners of your heart. Keep loving you. Keep gifting you. Keep sharing you. And keep receiving the other. So this, as we said about the reciprocal giving and receiving that happens in us. Otherwise, we keep perpetuating the old greedy paradigm, which is just take, take, take. So you would be more than welcome to my heart space, to my Heart Inquiry Group Collective. And I wish you